Person Gall. Here. Commissioner Taylor.
Here.
Commissioner Spiz.
Here.
Commissioner Howell.
Here.
Commissioner Gingell is absent with notice, and Commissioner Lubes is absent with notice. And we also have Commissioner Woodward joining us ex officio.
Thank you. Now we'll stand for the pledge of allegiance. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now we'll go to the approval of the minutes dated October 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Moved by Spears, supported by Erickson Gold. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried, the minutes are approved. Now we'll go to the agenda. Supported by Taylor.
Moved by Taylor.
Moved by Taylor, supported by Spears. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried, the agenda is approved. Now that brings us to our first public comment pertaining to only items on the agenda. At this time, I will ask if anyone who wishes to speak, please come forward and state your name and community in which you reside. Seeing none, I will close public comment. Now we'll go to communications. We have 3 items on communication. Public service, animal shelter and pet adoption center intake and disposition report for September 2025. Item B, grant amendment number 1 to the Neighborhood Stabilization Program 1 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. And C, Health and Human Services Neighborhood and Housing Development Grant Amendment number 1 to the Neighborhood Stabilization Program 3 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. I will enter a motion to receive the communications. So moved by Taylor. Do we have any discussions about any of the communication item? Oh, I'm moving too fast.
No, support. Yeah, motion and support.
Oh, motion by Taylor, supported by Spears. Thank you, sir. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. The communications are received and filed. Now, we will go to number 8, which is district court recommendations. 8A is grant application to the state court administrative office for the fiscal year 2026 Operation Drive program. And I will turn it over to our wonderful folks here with us today.
So I'm Alexandra Black from the 52nd District Court in Novi. And to my right,
I'm Paula Mueller, and I'm the grant coordinator at the 52nd District Court.
so since we saw you last, we did a job study on her position, and we received the position of grant coordinator. So she's been writing our grants, which is great. So Judge Reeds is our chief judge now, and he's been pushing for Operation Drive. For those of you who aren't aware of what that is everybody aware of that, or do you want me to go ahead and explain a little bit about?
Explain just in case.
Sure. Operation Drive is a program that was started in the 44th District Court in Royal Oak by Judge Meineke. The point of the program is to assist people who are continuously in the system for driving offenses with suspended licenses for various reasons. Being that I've been at the court for 30 years, I've seen this repetitive situation where people get a ticket, then they don't pay, then when they don't pay, they get pulled over for driving while suspended, and then they come back and then they can't pay. And they just can't get out of the system. And this is just not working for them or for us. Then you've got a bunch of people who are not driving legally, can't get insurance. It affects everyone, right, from all sides. So this program that was put in place by Judge Meineke in 44th, he takes on hundreds of cases per year, like more than 500 is what I've heard. And he gets these people back to driving legal. We through this program, you can assist people by giving them an attorney that helps them get all of those things in other courts lined up. We partner with other courts. That's what we're going to do as well. And so we get these people back to driving legally. So the grant that we're here for was opened up in on September 29th. And was only open till October 30th. That's when we have to get our application in. This tight turnaround time made it very difficult for us to get the approvals that we needed to be in front of you, but we really appreciate you guys letting us be on the agenda today because we really want to apply for this. We do have 2 of our 50 seconds are already in operation in the beginning stages, but they've been assisting people and there's been a really great success rate, particularly in 52-4. Judge McGinnis has been doing that program. And Judge Polizzi in 52-3 has just started. So we want to have, and we want it to grow. We want an even larger program in the 52nd First Division. And when we ran the numbers, effectively, there's about 500 a year that we could possibly assist. We're anticipating probably getting closer to the 300 mark because it just depends on why people are suspended when they get to this program. Is only 11 months, so we have to make sure that we're taking in people. We don't want to set people up for failure, so we don't want to take people in who aren't going to be able to achieve legal status within 11 months. So that we're talking about people who are maybe suspended because of drunk drivings that, they have a hard suspension we can't do anything about. But we're talking more about people who just haven't been able to go through the process of getting their license back or have tickets, outstanding tickets, and they're just continuously getting driving license suspended. We're asking for $501,000, but that's to support all the 52nd district courts. So if 52-2 wants to come on board at some point, then we can support them as well. The grant period for this one, just to be clear, is for 21 months because it runs from January 1, if we get approved, to September 29th of 2027. So weird to say that. So that's what we're requesting. That money would cover a part-time clerk in each of the running district courts, the 3 district courts, so that person could track all the cases, make sure that they're scheduling the cases for the judge, because these people are gonna see the judge once a month and we're gonna make sure that they're on track and they have every resource they need to be able to drive legal. So we need a specific person assigned to those cases because there's gonna be so many of them to make sure that they have everything that they need, that they're meeting with the attorney when they need to, that we've reached out to all the other courts and we're running the records to see as things clear up. Have I missed anything? We're gonna be, most of the money we're asking for, is gonna be for bus passes for them, for Uber cards, just so in the interim, they're not picking up new cases. We want to get them legal and also get them off the road. Again, these are uninsured, unlicensed drivers, so it's bad for everyone all the way around.
The other thing that we're asking for as well is some of these people that are within the process in the program, they have issues when they go to Secretary of State for the appeals. They don't know how the process works. They don't know how to fill out the forms. They need that legal assistance and legal help. So sometimes if they're in the program, they don't kind of follow through because they don't have that assistance. So part of the things we're asking for is for us to be able to, fund some of these substance abuse assessments that they need to complete to get their appeal, and then the legal assistance for them to follow through the whole process with Secretary of State. So everybody can be successful and obtain their license. That's the hope. We're also asking because, we have to figure things out with legal aid to obtain an attorney that's gonna assist everybody in this program. So we're asking for the first 3 months at least of the initial stages of the program at 52-1 District Court to pay for one attorney that is gonna be in charge of providing the legal assistance to, all the participants, because that's also a part of requirement of the grant.
It's through MIDC that we're gonna get the attorney. They've been very helpful in the other 50 seconds so far, and they said they're gonna support us in this program as well. So we got all of our prosecutors on board. That's kind of been our delay too. She wrote it as fast as she could, but we want to make sure that our prosecutors are going to support it. And we did get, Karen McDonald's office did, right, that they would support it in all of our locals. So that's great.
Okay, commissioners. Chairman.
Yeah, I would just say that Judge Meineke is a friend and I've known him for a long time, and he marched up a hill. I think it is not that much of an exaggeration to say he knocked on every door of every legislator to get the authorizing statute, and every barrier that was put in, he pushed through it because of how you described it. It's a cycle that people just can't get out of. And I remember years ago when he first brought it up, he's like, I'm putting people in jail for trying to get to work so they can get a job, so they can pay the bill that caused the condition of why they're before me going to jail. And this is common sense. And I'm just glad to see it expanding across the 52nd. And one way or another, we've got to figure out how to make sure this happens. So this is a scale grant.
Yeah, it's a scale grant.
Sounds great.
I have one more question. So when you stated the Uber, like, is those cards to help them to get to work in a time
Yes, to
And-
necessities, yeah.
to necessities? Okay. Well, I would encourage possibly also, we going through the trenches with, not trenches. We're going through our process with SMART.
Mhm.
And I was just
Right.
thinking with them, somehow we should future probably, cause then that'll help conserve some of your costs possibly, with issuing so many of those,
Right.
right? But eventually, I just think encouraging you all to somehow
Partner
coordinate with
with them,
SMART and see
yeah.
if that's a future where they can assist in this process as well.
Yeah, and we plan to do that, to try to bring some of those costs down if we purchase a whole bunch of these bus passes. We do have a stop right in front of our court, but we're gonna make these people come via Zoom, so they won't have to drive to,
Oh.
we don't want them coming, it's another ride they would have to get to see the judge every month. So we'll do all of their future hearings on Zoom to make sure that they're not having that issue.
And I will say that is an encouraging thing, because there has been a couple of my constituents who it has been a blessing that they can attend by Zoom, because if not, transportation was an issue.
Right, we were forcing people to come to court that didn't have a license because we didn't really have that technology. Again, 30 years in, I can tell you. We'd watch people park, 2 parking lots over to walk over because they didn't want us to see that they drove and, but we're making them appear in court. So it was just like he said, a big circle.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. What is it? Call a vote?
We need a motion in a second.
Oh, can I get a motion? Motion by Speed, seconded by Erickson Coe. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully we'll be back once we get the grant.
Hope so.
Fingers crossed for $500,000.
I think we need to prompt the vote.
Oh, prompt the vote.
Oh, you gotta vote, oh, sorry.
Oh, we did, but
I think we need a roll
Digital.
call for this one.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay.
This is just us internal stuff. Okay, so what do
Digital
what did
trace.
she say to do this part?
Call the vote. Prompt the vote.
Oh, prompt the vote. Okay.
Call the vote, prompt.
I'm in training. Prompt the vote. Thanks, Speed, you helped me out.
I'm gonna
So you
make
have
some- I'm
5
gonna make
yeas
some
and 0
amendments.
nays.
Thank you. Now
Make an
we'll
amendment
move
of an
to
amendment.
items 9A, B, and C. If you all don't mind, can we combine, Chairman?
I'll move A, B, and C.
Support. Support moved by Commissioner Woodward, supported by Commissioner Taylor. Motion support.
Yeah.
All in favor say, nope, not yet.
Discussion.
Discussion. See, I'm in training. Okay, hold on. All right. Now we'll go to, wait a minute, I'm trying to find my page. Oh, sorry. Okay. Got it. All right, now I'll read the titles. A is Health and Human Service Neighborhood and Housing Development Grant Amendment number 1 to the fiscal year 2024 Home Investment Partnership Program and Emergency Solutions Grant Program from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. 9B is Health and Human Services Neighborhood and Housing Development Grant Amendment number 1 to the fiscal year 2024 Community Development Block Grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. And items 9C is Health and Human Service Health Division Grant Application to the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs for the fiscal year 2026 Marijuana Operations and Oversight Program. And our presenter is Kate Guzman. And I see Khadijah. Oh, Kate's there, okay. So
I'm here. I was just letting Khadijah take the first one, and then I'll follow up with the marijuana oversight grant.
now I can turn it over.
Yes.
Thank you, commissioners. So for item A, The amendment that we're requesting is for the 2024 Home Investment Partnership Program and Emergency Solution Grants. And this amendment is not budgetary, it's actually just an amendment to the way the staffing allocation across the hours are billed to the grants. And so this request is to allow us to have 11 special revenue positions now paid across the home and ESG grants, because our staff within the NHD program work on all different grants that come in through HUD. And so this allows us the flexibility to make sure the hours are charged to the appropriate grant based on what they're working on for that payroll period. So this amendment is just to allow for that adjustment for item number A, excuse me. And then since I'm on for item number B, it is the same. So the Community Development Block Grant currently has restricted my time to bill 50% to the CDBG grant, and our accountant who works for NHD to be billed 80%. We would just like to amend 2024 to bill our time across all grants as we work on them, and allow my time to be spent 50% to general fund as it's supposed to be, and 50% across the various grants, ESG, home, and CDBG. So these two items are just that flexibility in how we bill our grants. Thank you.
Thank you. Kate? If you want to move on to the next item, we combined all three of them, so you can just jump right in.
Okay, I appreciate that because I'm usually the one jumping the gun. If you remember this grant, the Marijuana Oversight and Operation Grant, it's a grant that we have continued to get for multiple years. And so our fiscal year 26 application just runs from November through September. It's a slightly less than one entire fiscal year. And the funding amount is $436,716. And as a reminder, this is based on the number of medical marijuana cards that are issued for Oakland County. That's how we receive our allocation. A portion of this funding pays for a public health educator 2's time, focusing on that Michigan model, the Michigan Model for Health, which is the evidence-based curriculum that we're using to educate youth in our community about marijuana. And we will also purchase approximately 10,000 lock boxes and lock bags that will be taken out to outreaches and disseminated via various community partners, in addition to a robust paid advertisements campaign. So billboards, buses, social media ads, etc. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, do we have any questions? Chairman?
Not really a question, Kate. I heard you on the radio yesterday. Oakland County is so fortunate to have such an advocate for public health. And you talked about a topic with energy and passion, and I just want to say thank you.
That means a lot to me. Thank you. I wasn't sure how many people might be listening.
I was in the car a long time yesterday, so you were amazing, and I think took a complex conversation in this state of time and broke it down in a way that every Oakland County resident would be proud. So.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now can you prompt the vote?
You have 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you. Now we'll move to our next item, 10A, which is public service recommendations. I'm gonna read the title. Public Service Children's Village Grant Acceptance from the Michigan Department of Education for the 2025-26 Child Nutrition Coordinated Grant Program. Can I get a motion and a second? Motion by Woodward, second by Spears. And now we will have, we will hear from Heather Calcaterra. Did I say that right?
You did, yes, thank you. Good morning.
Thank you.
And I am here today with Lori Strong. Every year, Children's Village applies for and is awarded 2 child nutrition program grants from the Michigan Department of Education, specifically the National School Lunch and Breakfast Program and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. This is an annual request, And it just supports Children's Village by providing reimbursement to us as we provide balanced meals and nutritious meals and snacks to our kids. Reimbursement covers breakfast, lunch, and after-school snacks. And the amount of this year's reimbursement is expected to be about $235,000. This is always a projected amount because meal claims do vary each month depending on our census. And so we are just asking for your approval again this year.
Thank you. Commissioners have any questions or concerns or nothing? Okay, prompt to vote.
You have 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll go to item Sheriff Office recommendations, 11.
Can we take the first item separate from the others?
Okay. So,
I'll move 11A.
I'll support.
okay. Well, they moving faster than I. See, slow down a little bit, y'all. I'm in training right now. Great. Okay, and then we'll do, okay, so we'll stop here. We got the motion second. I'll turn it over. And we're looking at 11A, Sheriff Office Acceptance of Donation of Equipment from, I ain't see this, Detroit Athletic Club Foundation to the Sheriff Search and Rescue Team. Turn it over to Gail. Hello.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I also have Captain Sam Marsban, who oversees investigative and forensic services. And then I think Lieutenant Burwell is on team.
Hey, Lieutenant Burwell.
Yes, so is he, there he is.
Hi, Commissioners. How are you?
Obviously, he's here to answer questions about the search and rescue team because that's his expertise. So as you said, it's a $63,000 donation from the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation. We had one, I think, a few years ago from them for search and rescue equipment as well. And Lieutenant Burwell can answer any specific questions on these items.
Sure, yeah, and why I wanted to separate, there's a policy question that I would like us to entertain, and I'm gonna support this because Senator Burwell does an incredible job, and I love the idea of going out and getting donations to help fund things. The issue here, and I think this is a genuine policy question. If the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation would just give us cash and then Lieutenant Burwell would go out and purchase it, it would go through our normal purchasing process. This is outside our purchasing process in a normal way, correct? Like this, they're buying, they're going out and buying the stuff and then they drive it out to Lieutenant Burwell, correct?
Yeah, so it just, I mean, it kind of depends on what the organization is, whether they want to just write us the check or, yeah, because obviously we would have our bidding power if we did it through.
Well, and I think that's like my issue in this, like and it's not this particular thing, just in general, that if large donations can then go out and buy things that would otherwise maybe not come through our normal procurement process, it raises questions of like, why? And so I am supporting this, but I think that there's a larger policy question that comes into question. And again, it's not specific to this. It's just that if I think our procurement process is good, and anything to kind of go around it is concerning. And I get that the DAC probably likes to have a bunch of equipment and like deliver and the visual. And I think the argument is that we could still accomplish the same thing. If you want to make a donation and we purchase it and we're like, this is from the DAC, thank you very much. Or because of the DAC, we can accomplish the same thing. But I'm just envisioning other like large purchases that might not, that wouldn't be allowed under our normal procurement, and then we're receiving as a donation is a policy concern going forward. I'm supporting this because the outcome achieves the objective, but I think that's something worth considering going forward.
Commissioner
Yeah,
Speed.
thank you, Madam Chair. Just to build on that, do we think the purchasing power of Oakland County could get more for the $63,000 if we were to buy it versus having a DAC buy it, or are we talking 1 or 2% difference?
That's a great question. I don't know about these specific items, so Lieutenant, maybe you could answer that in terms of the cost.
Commissioners, we always ask for, whatever the organization would like to do. We're always seeking out grants and funding like that. Certainly Oakland County's buying power and our purchasing is something that we'd like that to go through, but some of the organizations have their own mechanism and they may be receiving it their way, but we always are asking for either the equipment donation or it depends how their grants are structured, but we definitely would like the idea of a check coming in so we can use Oakland County buying power. But sometimes they do, like Commissioner Woodward pointed out, they would like to purchase the gear and bring it and be part of that process. So this gear here was specific to some of our air needs for air packs and things for search and rescue. But like Commissioner Woodward was saying, we definitely, Oakland County's purchasing capability and buying power and all that is something it just depends how that grant is structured. In this situation, they would prefer to purchase these packs themselves and they would like to present them to the sheriff's office.
Are we?
If I may.
Oh.
To build that, I fully respect that and understand it. I'm just trying to, can we quantify what a number may be? Because what I'm thinking is in future requests for grants like this, where we have other organizations that may want to do the same thing as DAC is doing, say, okay, but if you allow us to go through our purchasing department, we can buy 5% more, we can buy 10% more.
Yeah, 100%.
Is there a way that
we do
small study?
We do point that out to them that if they would like to go, if depending on again how their grant is structured, we do point that out that this would be another mechanism, but obviously it's their money and their grant, how they'd like to do it. But we certainly, the county has a number of suppliers and people who are approved vendors that we know are on the list for a reason and things like that. So we do take that in consideration. Unfortunately, again, we're grateful for this gear because it really helps us out, but it's up to their grant, how they want to distribute the money.
Again, I fully understand. That's, I'm just looking for a number.
So
5%, 10%, 8%.
And we can look at
I think they're spot on.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that Lieutenant Burwell could probably name the prices of all these things.
Probably true, but
It's been on his list,
but
like,
I'm
we
building
need
off
these
what
things.
Commissioner Woodward said, because I can respect that.
Yeah.
You know, because there are agencies that don't have the buying power that the county does, that we would see a bigger discount if we buy in more volume. For something else, we're buying other equipment from the same agency, blah, 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 that we see a 5%, 10% discount compared to what a small agency might get. That's what I'm looking for, is that number.
And I can do that with this list if you want to. I can have them go through.
Yeah,
Because
please.
typically what we would do is look at, a lot of times a quote will get a retail price, but then we have like GSA contracts, we have MyDeal contracts, we have stuff that we're already under contract.
Right.
And then we would determine if we needed to bid. So a list like this could have multiple different avenues and we would probably source it out rather than just do like, here's
Yeah, if
one
you
lump
could
sum.
do
So
a little study and
we sure will.
come up with a rough percentage, that would be great. Thank you. Now,
Okay. I was gonna say something, but I think Spears kind of answered it. And I love that she's gonna do this price comparison for us, cause we're trying to maximize on our donations.
It's not even our money.
Right. But we're happy to get any, and we wanna maximize it too, right?
Yeah, so it's-
We wanna get whatever we can to help out our bottom line and, yeah, so the only thing, if something would have to go out to bid, obviously we can't officially bid it because
Understand.
we're already getting it, but we'll get it as close as we can and get that back to you.
Thank you. Any other questions, Commissioner? Okay, so for 11A, can you prompt the vote? Thank you.
You have 5 yays and 0 nays.
Thank you. Now, 11B, C, D, and E. Can we combine them?
Yeah, so
Motion
moved.
by Spears, seconded by Erickson Gold. And now I'll read them. Item 11B is Sheriff Office Grant Acceptance from the Michigan State Police Department for the fiscal year 2026 Oakland County Narcotics Enforcement Team, Burn Grant. Item 11C is Sheriff's Office Grant Acceptance from the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning for the fiscal year 2026 Traffic Safety Enforcement Program. 11D is Sheriff's Office Notice of Limits for the fiscal year 2026 state and local overtime reimbursement from the Federal Bureau of Investigations for the Joint Terrorism Task Force. 11E is Sheriff's Office Notice of Limits for the fiscal year 2026 state and local overtime reimbursement from the Federal Bureau of Investigation for the Gang and Violent Crime Safe Streets Task Force. Now I will turn it over to Gaya and
Captain
Marshban. I didn't know, Captain.
Captain.
I was lost on the title.
Captain. So.
But I know his last name.
Yeah, so he was formerly, obviously,
Oh, yeah, I know
formerly
Marshban.
assigned.
He lives in my
Yes,
district.
Yes, until he got promoted. So. Okay, so the first item is our annual burn grant from the state of Michigan. It's pass-through dollars from the feds. It's for 2026, and it provides partial funding for one full-time principal attorney in the prosecutor's office and two sergeants in our sheriff's office net unit. And then there's a part-time non-eligible office support clerk position that's been vacant, so that will be deleted with this grant. And then the dollars from that position will be obviously offsetting with the full-time positions. And the match for that is available in our general fund budget and our transfers out line item. The next one is the annual Traffic Improvement Grant Association. It's $63,138 this year with no match. This is to use for special patrols, so seat belt, OWI, distracted driving, and speeding. So usually they have like set timeframes that they schedule overtime for those patrols. The next one is the annual limit letter from the FBI for the Joint Terrorism Task Force. So the limit per task force member this year is $22,155, and we have one sergeant assigned to this task force. The next one is the annual limits, same thing from the FBI, but for the Gang and Violent Crime Safe Streets Task Force. And the annual limit for that is double because we have two detectives, so it's $44,310. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, Commissioner Spears.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Do we approach those limits or hit those limits every year or no?
Yes, and right now for 2025, we're gonna come in just under the cap, but yeah, typically
Were they the same in previous years?
no, they go up slightly each year.
So we're walking that fine line?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioner Exego.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that I was happy to see sheriff deputies out doing speed catching speeders on M59 this morning as I was driving in. It's usually,
That was the sheriff department?
yes, I always look to see who it is, and it was the sheriff department, and thank them because people fly through that.
In Rochester Hills, is that in the hills?
Yes, it is crazy some mornings. I feel unsafe sometimes driving in here. So thank them for doing that.
Will do.
Okay, and I'm gonna say thank you. I hope our colleagues will support, especially 11E, because that's a lot of work in my district, so. And March Band is handling things, and thank you.
Thank you.
So we don't have any other questions? Nope, prompt the vote, please.
If I could get a point of clarity, who was our second? I have Commissioner Spiz as the
Go.
first. Erickson Galt. Thank you. We have 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you.
Here's the board, we'll get that price list back to you.
Thank you. Now we're at item number 12, which is public comment. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak at any topic, on any topic at this time?
Trish, anything?
Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Is there any other business
Trish, anything?
to come before us commissioners? Hearing none, if there's no objections, we will adjourn at 11:16.
Good job.